What's up people, welcome to another Arcane afternoon. The birthday event is live and the event goes on for 2 weeks. Usually the birthday event only lasts for 1 week. This year it is for 2 weeks, but there is basically 2 events going on at the same time. We have the birthday event, but at the same time we also have the pet crafting event. And this is why the event is going on for 2 weeks. In the pet crafting event, you can basically just craft a bunch of pet chests. For example, the Arcane pet chest, and all you need is 5 of any mythic egg to craft one of these chests. And these Arcane pet chests have some really good eggs in them. For example, Julian is in here, one of the best pets in the whole game. Julian gives for the happiness bonus 75% gold loot, which is by far the highest in the whole game. Another really good pet is Ghost of Cryptoref with one of the best passive abilities in the game. Another one is Radivan, and the last one is Vermilius. All of these pets before this event were super expensive. For example, Ghost of Cryptoref before this event was about 300 million gold, and now you can get it for just 13 million gold, which is just so cheap. I still don't think it's really worth it to buy this pet if you can just get a normal Cryptoref for 1 million gold. The passive ability is pretty much the exact same. You only lose 5% for the target damage reduction. But if you were considering getting one of these pets for the temple event, for example, then now is the time to buy one of these. Another pet that was super expensive is Radivan. This pet is actually only used in low level PvP. With the passive ability, the pet does so much damage on low level PvP and you can pretty much one-shot your opponents. And this pet was also, I think, about 200 to 300 million gold before this event, and now you can get it for just 15 million gold. The next pet is Vermilius. This pet was about 300 million gold, I think, before this event. Now you can get it for 19.5 million gold. Vermilius actually has the best damage Arcane ability in the whole game. It's even better than Heroic Sabra. It gives 25 critical hit damage and 25 boss damage, which is the same with Heroic Sabra. But Vermilius also gives 25% haste in addition to that. And the cooldown is also shorter than Sabra. It's 24 seconds. And for Sabra, it is 30 seconds. So with Vermilius, you get 25% haste more with the ability, and you have 6 seconds shorter cooldown, which makes this ability definitely better than Sabra. And for 19.5 million gold, you can really consider buying one of these. The next pet, as I already said, is Julian. Julian has 75% gold loot happiness bonus. The next highest happiness bonus is just 60%, so you get 15% more gold loot than the second best gold loot happiness bonus. For 22 million gold, it's really worth it. I also just bought a Julian for my gold loot pet. Here I put it in my Arcanite chester. You can see I have Julian in here with 75% gold loot. Let me equip my gold loot set and then see how much gold loot I have now. And here we type /stats and we can see I have 1055% gold loot now. So yeah, this is all about the pet crafting event. You can pretty much just craft pet chests with lower rarity eggs. This is just a nice event to have because a lot of the expensive eggs get cheap and now you can actually afford them. So as I said, for me, I bought myself a Julian egg and I bought myself a Vermilius egg and replaced my Heroic Sabra on my damage pet. Another thing is for the pet evolution, there was recently an update that when you now switch your trainer, you will actually keep the progress, but only on the trainer that you used. It is very confusing and it doesn't really make much sense, but basically if I now swap my haste trainer for a damage trainer, I will be back to tier 1, but if I then swap back to a haste trainer, I will be tier 3 again. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I think the tier should just be on the pet and it doesn't matter which trainer you have in there. It should always keep the tier and it should not reset. And another thing is, if you replace your trainer, you lose the trainer. It doesn't say it here in the description. They still need to add this. So if you replace your haste trainer, you will lose the haste trainer. So you have to buy a new haste trainer if you want to use the haste trainer again. We will probably get another evolution update in the next weeks and maybe even get a new trainer as well. And there's one more thing that not many people know. There's actually a new daily event. It's every month on the 7th. So on the 7th November, on the 7th December, there is a shards sale. So pet evolution shard sale. It's pretty much like the key sale that is every month. You can buy shards on the 7th of every month. For example, the Arcane shards and the Heroic shards. These sell for 100 platinum and you can see they're selling for over 10 million gold. And this is definitely a good way also to turn your platinum into gold. You definitely make more gold buying shards than, for example, getting Elite Awakening gems. Elite Awakening gems go for 400 to 450,000 gold. If you convert this to the shards, you would get more than 500,000 gold for 5 platinum. Now let's get back to the birthday event. So this birthday event is going on for 2 weeks. There's no leaderboard, but there is tier rewards. For bronze tier, you get a title and 25 birthday tokens. For silver tier, you get another 100 birthday tokens and a tradable banner. And for gold tier, you get a 12 badge, a jewel chest, 10 awakening gems, and 500 birthday tokens. Keep in mind, this is a 2 weeks event and the tiers don't reset. These tier rewards are really bad for a 2 weeks event. The tiers don't reset, and if you consider this is the birthday of the game, the 12th birthday, this is supposed to be a celebration for the game, and I think it's supposed to be a really good event, but all we basically get is 10 awakening gems, which are 100,000 gold. I think what they should have added for the gold tier is a precise jewel for your class. This would have made the tier rewards really nice to have and everyone would enjoy it. But like this, the tier rewards are actually really bad. You basically just get a badge, but me, for example, I don't even want this badge. So for me, it's even better to not get any tier at all. I will try to not even get bronze tier because I don't even want this title. I don't want the title. I don't want the badge. And all you get is 10 awakening gems, which are 10,000 gold each. So you really get nothing. For me, it's better to not get any tier at all. We will have a cake opening and the 10 million gold giveaway next weekend. And I will definitely open the cakes on one of my alt accounts because I don't want this badge and the title on my main account. If you want to join my guild Sabo, we have a 500 member limit in the guild. We are currently at 495. If we hit 500 members, the guild is closed. We do have monthly 10 million gold giveaways. And one more thing for the people that are guild banned. If you are guild banned and you still want to join Sabo, you have to host a 50 million gold giveaway for the guild to be able to join the guild. I know this sounds very extreme, but considering we are the #1 guild, we can have these standards and we should have these standards set really high. Anyways, now let's have a look at the event store. We do have a locked birthday crate, but in this lock there's nothing new in here. We still have the new blood armor and the blood helmet. And in the next event, the harvest event that comes after the birthday event, the new blood artifact will get released. And then you will be able to get the set bonus with all 3 of these pieces, the helmet, the armor, and the artifact. And the set bonus is pretty good. It's a little bit better than the beast set. And you can actually use this blood set plus the beast set at the same time. So if I equip my damage set, I'm currently using the Rusk bow, the immortal bracelet, and 6 beast items. And with the new blood set, you will be able to use the helmet, the armor, and the artifact. And you will still have the 3 out of 3 beast set bonus, which gives 35% dexterity, 30% health, 30% damage stacking, and 15% haste from the beast set. And you can use the 3 blood set at the same time, which also has a very similar set bonus. So this will be the new best combo for your damage set. And there's one new thing, I just saw it for the first time. They just added a 5 out of 5 set bonus for the new blood set. This is the first time I'm seeing this. So let's go through the 5 out of 5 set. This is the first time I'm reading this. So you get additional stats plus 2% strength, 32% total. So you get 30% strength for the 3 out of 3 set and you get basically 2% more for the 5 out of 5 set. Then you get plus 2% health, plus 2% damage stacking, plus 2% movement speed, plus 2% critical hit damage, plus 2% haste, and 2% resistance to nature, shatter, and cosmic damage. And this is just completely useless. I don't understand how bad they wanted to make this. You basically just get a 2% bonus for a few things. This is incredibly bad, the 5 out of 5 set. So definitely it will still be worth it to use 3 blood pieces and 3 beast pieces with your immortal bracelet and your Rusk weapon. This 5 out of 5 set is not worth it at all. But because they are showing there will be a 5 out of 5 set, we can kind of guess which of the new items will come. We already have the helmet, we have the armor, we have the artifact, and we will get 2 more. I think it's going to be the belt and the bracelet, or it's going to be the ring and it's going to be one of these combinations. I think the ring and amulet will always stay together, and the belt and the bracelet will stay together. But regardless which items it will not be worth it to use the 5 out of 5 set. Just use these 3 beast items, 3 blood items with the Rusk bow and the immortal bracelet. Then in the event store there's also a fractal flower aura for 1750 platinum. The aura actually looks really cool here, and in the second week of the birthday event there will be a different aura. The bottom aura is going to be the aura in the second week in the store, and I think this aura definitely looks better from the second week. Now let's have a look at the event map and the event token vendor. There's actually 2 token vendors in this event. The first one sells vanity weapons, for example the beast weapons as a vanity. This is the first time we get these vanities, so this is definitely cool to have. Each of these costs 300 platinum. Let's go through all of them quickly. All of them are 300 platinum. So far I'm not seeing any really good looking vanity. Dread bow is pretty decent. The frost bow is also pretty cool. This bow is also pretty cool. These ones I think are already vanity weapons, but I'm not sure. I really like these daggers. This gun looks really cool. I think this gun is definitely worth it to get. This ice gun I think is already a vanity. I'm not sure. So some of these are new and some of these are old. I'll just speedrun quickly through all of them now. This is taking way too long. And these are all of the items. Now let's have a look at the other token vendor. Here you can open locks for keys, for example. Then you can buy a birthday's farmer's elixir for 10 platinum. With this farmer's elixir, any boss within 10 levels can drop a pet XP chest, crafting speed up kits, and jewels, and a special event loot from bosses. And here on the forum we can see it's the light weave wings, and the jewels are actually only weak and damaged jewels. And for the crafting speed up kits I already used a few elixirs, and so far I only looted 1 hour speed up kit, so I got 7 speed up kits I think in like 2 elixirs. And now let's quickly have a look how much these lightweave wings cost, and they're 15 million gold. They are 50 million gold right now. Maybe they're worth even less because there's not many in the auction right now. Maybe it's only 5 to 10 million gold. So overall the elixir is probably not worth it to use. Then you can buy a bunch of vanities for 8,000 tokens. So this is the bow, the chakrams. These chakrams look really cool. Then you can buy daggers, a gun, a orb, a staff, a sword, a chain sword, and the shield. Also the event boss just spawned, so let's take him out. Here for the event boss, you need to know that it doesn't matter how much damage you do. The maximum damage you can do on the boss is 1 damage. To do the most damage possible, you actually want something like the Nox Bolt for the poison and the Shadow Piercer for the bleeding damage. So you just want a lot of ticks on the boss to do the most damage possible. I think 2 years ago this event map was first released, and I remember there was a bug that I found with Shady and Surge. With the Shady and Surge AA you were able to one-shot this boss even if it was full HP, and it was so funny. I was able to get plat tier within like the first 10 to 20 minutes with this trick, but they fixed it already. Let's use our gold loot set and see how much gold we can get from the boss. And we get some tokens and we get 20 gold. Basically you get 0 gold from the boss, which is not nice. So we can see we get some cake and we get some 10 birthday tokens and a few points for your tier, but you don't get any gold. I think this dragon, it is already golden, so I think it should drop some gold. I got 20 gold from the boss, which is nothing. Would have been nice if the boss dropped like 10,000 to 100,000 gold. That would have been really nice. The way it is right now, it's really not worth it to farm the boss. There's also nothing you can loot from the boss. It's just really not worth it. The best thing about this event is actually that you can loot cake just from any normal maps that you're playing and from event bosses. For example, if you're farming Elite Indigo Caverns just for gold, you will be able to loot a lot of cake just from the mobs, as you can see. So you can basically just go loot farm and at the same time also farm cake, and the cake you can sell and make even more profit. Also, one important thing is to be able to loot grand cakes or at least have better odds, you need luck. So you can use a luck elixir. You can, for example, use a luck AA like the Heroic Timur. It also gives gold loot and 25% luck. And for example, my Rusk artifact, which has 40% passive gold loot and 40% luck passive, is really nice. All of this cake I have here, I actually farmed, and I farmed it in EZG. I farmed for about 1 hour in EZG, but you can see I got a lot of cake for a pretty short time that I farmed, and all of this cake is probably worth about 4 million gold, maybe 5 million gold. So gold loot farming is even better right now during the birthday event because you can loot a bunch of grand cakes. Just make sure you're using like a luck elixir and maybe use a Timur AA on your gold loot pet, because you also get the 25% luck with the gold loot, and then you will be able to loot a bunch of grand cakes while gold loot farming. And yeah, this is already it with the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see ya in the next one. Bye.